What is going on, operators? Tacktop Airsoft back with another exciting video. Today we'll be ranking my top eight gas blowbacks in my collection. I haven't quite made it to 10 yet, so we're doing a top 8. I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, leave a comment down in the description so I know to make more content like this. Without further ado, let's get into ranking them. At number 8, this may be a surprise, maybe not a surprise. I haven't shown it off too much on the channel, but we have this P320 in the Flux Raider kit. YouTube, once again, these are airsoft replicas, airsoft replicas right here. No real steel firearms are being shown on this channel. This is for educational and review purposes only. With that out of the way, P320. Why does this come in last place? This is such a cool looking replica. I definitely wanted to use this more out on the field, but it sucks. It absolutely sucks. I don't know what's wrong with it. It does not clear an entire small mag, let alone an entire larger gas capacity mag right here. Yeah, it just runs out prematurely. I tried switching out the nozzle on this, did not work. I tried doing everything I could to the slide, does not work. This thing is just very gas inefficient, and for that reason it's not reliable, and I can't use this on the field. Currently waiting for KWA to make their version so I can hopefully replace this. Oh, I just hit my teeth. That was a good one. Currently waiting for KWA to make their version so I can replace this one with that one in my collection. So for now, this is just a little collector's piece sitting on the desk, never to be used again. Moving onward to number 7 on the list. That is going to have to take the spot for the EMG Strike Industries MWS. This was a relatively expensive replica. Price per performance wise, this is probably the second worst in my collection. For one, it shoots hot right off the bat, so I had to add an impasse and a bolt, and I think that's where some of my issues are coming. This bolt is heavier, so I probably need a heavier buffer spring in here. But again, this thing struggles to clear one mag, and it just spits gas in your face like no tomorrow. I really love the look of this, but my biggest complaint about this, if we can remove this off screen so YouTube doesn't get mad at me. This probably looks questionable what I'm doing here. With that off, if we can zoom in right here, ooh, and look, I could focus the camera. There we go. That thread right there. This thread is actually a thread adapter that screws into the outer barrel. And the issue I had was that became bent. All my BBs were baffle striking everything and setting them skyrocketing. So I went to, let me refocus this. There we go. So I went to find a new thread adapter. I messaged Evike. They said it was probably a 14mm negative to 14mm positive. That was too big. So I got a 13mm negative to 13mm to 14mm positive. That was too small. I went through about 5 different thread adapters before I just said screw it and bought a new outer barrel. Don't know what measurements they're using for this. But it's not conventional, and if these threads break, you're gonna have a hard time finding a new one. So with that hassle thrown in there, yeah, this one's just been sitting on the wall for now. So that's our number 7 spot. Let's see what number 6 is. At number 6, we have the GHM9, and from here on upwards the ranking is kind of hard to do because I kind of like all of the ones from here up. But why does the GHM9 come in at number 6? Mainly because of its range and accuracy. It is a fun, snappy, lightweight, quick gun for CQB airsoft. That is airsoft toy. It has these lightweight bags that you can use. I use a variety of bags. All the pluses you're looking to hit when getting your gas replica, but the range and accuracy does leave it leaving a lot to be desired. It does shine in CQB, but it's all polymer construction. Although it's sturdy, does introduce a lot of receiver wobble. The screws that are used for it are very cheap. As you can see, the bottom one here has stripped out. And yeah, although this is good for someone who has a lot of parts laying around, stock wise, it is pretty flimsy, and it doesn't come with a stock. The front handguard had extreme side to side wobble. You definitely want to switch that out with the middle one to get that solid upper lockup. But this thing is super modular, and if you're willing to put the work in, you can make it a beast. But at this point in my airsoft career, I just kind of want things that work right off the bat. I just have to do little stuff to do to make them be that beast of a gas blowback. And for that reason, GHM9 is coming in at number 6. Up next, we have number 5. I don't even know if this is considered a gas blowback, maybe an HPA blowback, but we have the ENL TN191. Technically, this one is a 192 because of the barrel length, but yes, I absolutely love this and I want to take it out more. But the biggest deter for that is the requirement of the HPA tank, because the CO2 only gets you about 100 BB shots, which isn't even a full mag. So again, the mag clearing issues. It does have some immense receiver wobble right there. But besides that, the HPA does make the blowback consistent every single time. It is a very unique model right here. It gives you that kind of AK look without the with AR style controls that are ambidextrous. That is a plus. The handguard does use the proprietary M-LOK segments, where you screw them directly. It'll be easy to show you on this side. You screw them directly into the handguard there. These are not M-LOK segments, so it makes putting attachments on this a little bit of a pain, but besides that, this is a solid setup. If I ever get back into wearing my HPA tank, my HPA phase, I would definitely go to this right here. And I think ENL are doing something cool with bringing not affordable, but HPA blowback guns right off the bat, no modification needed. You can just use them straight out of the box. You have your little grip line right here. I could have this more pronounced out. It's kind of hard to fish your fingers into there to lock in. And the tank that you need to use is a paintball style regulator. They just have a fixed rate. You can't really adjust it without taking apart the regulator. So I want to see this design with more ARs and AKs. Switch up the placement of the grip line and make them use normal airsoft style regulators. If we're playing airsoft, we're probably going to have an in front, a Storm, a Wolverine Storm, or one of the Polar Star regulators. So I don't think we should have to go out, even though they're pretty cheap, and buy a paintball regulator to use an airsoft replica. I think that is a little bit of a knock in that sense. But besides that, the bolt has the diamond-like coating on there. I've seen no wear on this bolt so far after fielding it. It's, you know, it leaves a little bit desired in the kick department. But yeah, very much enjoy the ENL TN192. And that's going to take our number, what are we at? Sixth spot. I said from here on out, we're actually at number 4 now. Here on out, the ranking would be very difficult, and that has proven to be the biggest challenge. Because at number 4 we have GHK AK-74SU right here. Literally any of these next ones can be the top spot, but this one, I thought about it really hard, and the only downside of this one is I don't want to buy more mags. So I only have 3 mags for this, but I did put in the work with this, decking it out in Zynico furnishing. We have the Zynico top and bottom handguards right there. We have this 5KU enhanced selector right here. We have the Zynico stock there. We have the Zynico bolt right there. Zynico forward grip right here, and Zynico purse up top here. We also have a Zynico style sight, Picatinny sight right there. Definitely put in the time and effort into this, and I definitely 100% love it. Whenever I am on the green team for Milsim event, I'm going to be bringing this one out here. We also have this fake muzzle device right here. It is fake YouTube. It does not actually work. And we have a flashlight right there. 100% love this. These mags are pretty cool because you can remove the base plate and put on the Terran Tactical base plates. But I kind of wanted a less flashy modern look for this, and more of just like a gray zone warfare type of build right here. Maybe you'll see a video soon. I'll be using gray zone, my airsoft guns in gray zone warfare. Idea right there for you all. But absolutely love this thing. This thing has been, I bought it off of HopUp, and it was pre-upgraded before I picked up this. And whatever they did to it internally made this magic. This thing shoots laser beams. You can check out the video link below on me using this. Actually, I'll probably link every video I have where I'm using the replica at their timestamp. But yeah, absolutely love this. It looks good. I did not like the look of AKs until I concepted this in Gray Zone Warfare last year. And now I'm absolutely loving this. Nice bolt action right there. Magazines easy to in and out right there. I like the placement. I have all my attachments. We have the pressure switch on the side right here for the flashlight, and right there above it I can index my thumb here for the purse to turn that on. So everything's been nicely thought out. The only issue with this is the dust cover. It is a pain. That's the tolerance issues I had with this GHK. Another reason why I'll put it at number 4 is because GHK does have some tolerance issues with their airsoft replicas. So some people might get crooked barrels, some people might get stiff dust covers. I lucked out and just had a stiff dust cover. So for that, I can't recommend it to you all 100% unless you know what you're doing, because if you do run into those tolerance issues, it may be annoying, and I don't want someone's first gas blowback to be annoying because that will turn you away from it. But in my collection, this one is at number 4. Could easily be number 1 in performance. Haven't had issues clearing mags with this, and the nice thing about AKs are these hold 40 rounds, I think 40 to 50 base. So definitely more than ARs. The only thing is I only have 3 mags for this. So for that, don't take it out too much, but this is our number 4 spot. At number 3, we have this beast right here. This is an amalgamation of 2 separate GBBRs. This is a VFC BCM lower with the BPW surge upper on that. What does that do? It takes your VFC M4s and turns them into MCX surge kits. This is a The upper is almost a clone correct upper of the actual US SOCOM Surge program. We have this massive blast shield, heat shield over the can right there. Fun story about this. Why does it look like this? Part of the program, they needed the can to be able to shoot, I think it was like 500 rounds and be safe to touch for, I think, 2 seconds. So they added this heat shield on the outer there that somehow passed, even though in all of the videos I've seen, it definitely gets too hot to touch after. But that's why they added this. Most SOCOM guys that I've seen, they normally just unscrew this and just put a normal heat cover over top of that. They did extend the make a cutout for the gas block there, so it's easy to switch from adverse to normal. And Airsoft, this replica, that actually adjusts your HopUp. You adjust your HopUp through this, I think down adds hop, back takes away hop. Love the guide hop system that VOC came up with. On top here, I have a replica OGL that I'm actually going to take off because this shines a blue laser, which is definitely not eye safe. So just for the instance that I have like an accidental discharge of my light, I don't want to risk someone's eyes. So I'm going to be switching this out with a red or green one in the future. To the side here, we have our flashlight and pressure switch right there. And then in the back, the uniqueness, we have the spur mount. This is a flip up T1 riser and magnifier combo. If you press in the button on this side right there, you can just pull out your magnifier. So then you can just run it as a normal T1 riser, and when you need it, you just slip it back in, lock it down, and you're good to go there. This was a nice find on Amazon. Got it not for the price of an actual one, but it has all the markings too, all the nice trades and everything. Moving down, we have the Kung Fu grip. I like this. It is a very straight angled grip right there. And in the back, we have the mounting plate here that turns it into a Picatinny mount and allows you to have your roller, gas piston system that MCXs use rather than a buffer system there. Only non-clone correct part of this upper is right here. This is normally brown, which you can easily spray paint if you want it to be accurate, but I like the look and the contrast. This thing did have an issue of where it will lock back on empty on the last BB before the last BB's fired. Since using this for a while, I think I've broken something in where it does not do that now. It's more consistent. Also, the trigger used to lock up sometimes. You would shoot it a bunch and then you wouldn't be able to pull the trigger, or you'd have to remove your mag so you don't double feed and aggressively rack your charging handle until that trigger freed up there. But again, after putting a couple thousand rounds through this, does not happen anymore. So this is falling back into the reliability that I look for in my gas pullback replicas. So this is why it's making it up there to number 3. 100% loving this. Now that we've worked out some of the kinks, or they've worked themselves out, this is a nice, reliable replica that I then took to a milsim in Louisiana, and it was hot and it performed pretty well. Yeah, so there we go. Number 3 right there. Let's see what our top 2 are next. At number 2, this may be a surprise if you haven't watched any of my recent videos, but number 2 will be the OG MCX, the Toxicant MCX. Toxicant, if you see this video, could you send me just half of a selector? I just need the right half. It fell off during Thunderdome and I could never find it again, so that'll be great. Also, the gas tube inside, the little screw that holds this in, came out, so this thing just flops around in there. Those 2 parts will complete my build again. Definitely missing those parts, but this thing is an absolute beast. It is 1.2 joules of kinetic energy right there. I have no problem with the nozzle in there, passing chrono anywhere I go, whether it's CQB or outdoors. Some things that make this unique is this replica Surefire, or not Surefire, SIG can right here. This is kind of a rare find here in the United States, but I definitely love this. It also doubles as a tracer unit. We have a Surefire Vampire light here. Got my white light and IR light capabilities right there. Moving back, we have the Unity pressure switch. I two-toned it because I had a black one and a tan one, so I used tan base, black upper. Definitely not because I lost the black base and needed to find a way to mount this. Definitely not. Don't quote me on that. My headset. Moving back, we have the Ingall. I absolutely love the Ingall. It is my favorite laser aiming device right there. This one is green, so it's fairly good to go. Still, don't want to shine these in anyone's eyes, no matter what color they are. We have this GBLS. I always get this wrong, and someone's gonna correct me in the comments. We have a Hydra mount right here, knockoff Hydra mount. The real one is on. Actually, I don't think I'm using the real one. Yeah, but we have this Romeo 5 right here, and yeah, this is my most lightweight. Oh, I forgot about the very back. We have the Strike Industries dual folding stock right there. Absolutely love this. Didn't realize that an airsoft company actually makes a cheaper version of this, so I could have saved myself some money there. But we have the legit one and the cheek riser pad there. Yeah, absolutely love this replica. It is the snappiest, most consistent GBBR in my collection. We have the the SIR 300 handguard on there. It makes this kind of like an SD style MCX. Yeah, but this thing is an absolute beast. If you've seen any of my videos, you will know how much of a beast this is and how it can keep up anywhere I go. Also use this in Louisiana, and it survived. The Cerakoting on this is flawless. There are little to no chips on this after being thrown around for like almost a year of just being abused outdoors. The Cerakote has not chipped at all on this bad boy, and it has a nice matte finish, not even that glossy and reflective. It's very lightweight, easy to hold, takes MWS mags. It is an MWS system in here, quote unquote MWS system. It's a little different spec, especially the nozzles. I had to use the actual Toxicant Impasse when I was using that, but I just went back to the default nozzle because it's sub 1 joule either way, or around 1 joule either way. But yeah, this thing, even though the FPS is low, it shoots lasers. Check out some of the gameplay. This thing will reach out there. I don't know what magic Tokyo Marui or Toxicant or whatever does to build this, but this thing is lasers. I got a quad Friction Pro bucking inside there with a 6.02 millimeter type bore, unicorn type bore in a barrel. That has been the bucking setup in the last two that I've shown. Both these have the same barrel bucking setup. I don't know much more gassing I can do for this. This thing is awesome. If you have the money, I highly recommend this. Literally, you have to build it yourself, so there's a little bit of a skill learning curve in that sense. But once it's put together, I've been plugging this guy so much lately on the channel. Jaeger Precisions has a build video on this, so that's the one that I followed. He got me to setting this up, and it's been flawless since. So definitely used some thread lock. As you can see, I have some parts that have fallen off because I didn't Loctite them down. So don't make my mistake, and hopefully I can find some replacement parts. Nothing detrimental yet. This thing still fires just missing a few parts. That's our number 2 spot. Absolutely love this. Don't think I'll ever get rid of this. And onwards to our number 1 spot. If you have seen some of my more recent videos, then you'll definitely know what the number 1 spot is, because it's the newest one in my collection. This is the Guns Modify 416, also using an MWS system right here. And this thing is an absolute beast. I recently finished it by adding this handguard on there, and now it has this beautiful 50 shades of FDE look, minus this riser right here. It is slightly different color from the one behind it. You might not have noticed it, but I noticed it, and it keeps me up at night. Am I gonna fix it? No, because I'm saving up for night vision and can't spend money right now. But every time I look at this, I cry just a little bit. Just these 2 colors being slightly off. Everything else beautiful on it. It takes the Guns Modify V3 P mags, which also fits in my Toxicant there, so that's why I love that. Built beautifully. It is very sturdy, very solid, has the correct trades everywhere. The bolt is beautiful. Ambidextrous bolt release, ambidextrous fire selector right there, ambidextrous mag release right here. What else is ambidextrous? Ambidextrous trigger. You can fire it from both sides. On this thing, I have decked out the EMG Guardian Mach suppressor right there, tracer unit, Guardian tracer unit. Next to it, we have another Surefire Vampire flashlight right there, mounted a little awkwardly on this rail. I don't know if you can see it. If you're a channel member, you can see my setup video where I show you off how I did this. But I actually mounted it in between right here. These aren't Picatinny or M-LOK segments, but I made it work using the Monstrum offset mount there. On top, we have this black Engall. I actually have a tan one coming in, so we're gonna switch that out. Then we have a pressure switch here for the light, and on the bottom we have the what is this called? Chop Stop V2. Thing I did with this is, you notice how these have these little rail segments for you to put your own rails in there. Well, I kind of got by that by the Chop Stop V2 fits perfectly into these 2 slots or into one of these slots. But if you know about M-LOK, they have that little oval piece that stops the M-LOK. You just have to Dremel that part out on one of them. Whatever one you do is the one that's going to go mount into this slot, and the other one can just be a normal M-LOK segment there. So that's what I did here. Fits my hand perfectly right there. Moving back, we have a CV Life T1 T2 red dot right there. We have a riser right here, Unity style, because we have the actual Unity and EOTech magnifier combo in the back here. Then moving back, we switched out the stock for this Delta stock, Magpul Delta stock. Absolutely love this, and it gives it the Bin Laden sleeping pill look. If you know, you know. But yes, absolutely loving this 416D. Have not really too much else to say about it. Again, the Cerakote finish on this is pristine, little to no reflectivity on there. We have the Geisley style handguard. Got this off of 6mm. Yeah, love the 416 grip itself, so I left that there. My hands are fairly big, and I can firmly grasp it. SpongeBob fans out there. Put an impasse into the stock bolt right here, because I think they use a different proprietary style nozzle. Most Tokyo Marui ones have that second spring in the front. This one doesn't, and when I added a bolt with that in there, it was very sluggish. So switch that out, put in the impasse, and this thing is good to go. Yeah, this is our number 1 spot. I think it's well deserved. Hopefully I'm gonna do some cold weather testing with all these and pick a replica to take to Milsim West in January. So stay tuned for that video. And I think this is where we're gonna end this video. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button for more airsoft content. I guess we've been turning into a gas blowback channel, so I'm gonna say for some more gas blowback content. But we do have another HPA gun coming in. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, join the Discord so you can get into the know. That's where I talk about potential buys and just talk with the community a little bit more. They know why I was on break this last week, but we are back rolling out with content. So if you want to stay in the loop, join the Discord. If you like video games, join the gaming channel. I'm setting that up. I have a new PC coming in. We are going to be playing some Milsim style games on that. So if you like gaming content, check out the gaming channel. I will also link that below. And if you like pictures, check out the Instagram. I've been trying to post more on Instagram, and I think that's all the plugs there. But as always, stay safe, have fun, play airsoft. This is Tacked Up, signing out.